Beautiful night, beautiful light, and welcome back to Love, Peace, and Happiness Tarot. Coming to you live once again from Las Vegas, echoed by Melinda NailFanatic. And I'm back to deliver this latest timeless, collective, channeled tarot message from the Tarot in the Shadow series. So if you're here, it's by divine design. If it resonates, pick it up and run with it. If it doesn't, leave it where you found it. Either way, make your choices and decisions responsibly today, because you'll always have the consequences and repercussions to pay. You have questions, I have answers. You can find those facts on my website, located in the title of this live, raw, real, unedited, unscripted, deprogrammed, sugar-free broadcast, because the only thing I'm sugarcoating around here is these nails. You can get those done with me. The website also has those details. We're going to get started with your Tarot in the Shadows today. I'm using the tea fortune cards to see what's going to come out, where it factors what's going on here, and we're going to do it where it lays is where it speaks. Then I also have the metaphysical cannabis oracle cards on the table with the Morgan Greer Tarot. So let's see what we have coming out for this first round. Okay, this is a lot of cards. Let's see what we got. I'm going to go through the whole deck once. This is so many cards. Okay, cool. We're done. The bottom of the deck is climbing towards success, the ladder. I heard, as soon as I saw this, I heard it's been a long, slow climb, and you could only go one step at a time. No matter how much you wanted to just fly up that ladder, that's not the way it was set to work. That's not the way it was meant to work, and that is not the way it would have worked. So the ladder with climbing towards success is at the bottom of the deck. This is about your climb to success. What I love is one of the last cards I saw fall out right here is a star. It's guaranteed success. It's right in front of you right now. So this is saying to me right now, you have this guaranteed success. There's a cat over here, two-faced friend on top of the nest. An emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. You could feel like there's somebody in your family who, have you felt, I mean, you've already seen both sides of somebody is the way it's coming out. You already saw both sides of somebody. Now, this could be in your family or somebody who is your own chosen family, right? Either way, it's some form of family. Yeah, so it's been a long... It's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come. There's been a lot of misunderstandings, and you were asking for help, to get through those misunderstandings. You're finding your faith. You're finding the help that you asked for coming in. You're finding the assistance that you needed so that you could understand something about some misunderstanding. So did you have a misunderstanding with somebody who showed you another side of their character, and you've been able to work that out? Okay, I'm really curious about this one over here because it's laying up on the Tarot in the Shadows card. Not even laying, it's standing. Let's see what this one is. The Tulip, great passion. Okay, they said to leave that standing up. So this is a situation about great passion. Passion can indicate love and romance, but passion is just your fire energy. So this could even be about, this is what really sets you on fire. This is what you really care about. This could even be, that great moment where, you're so emotionally involved in something that, it comes out in a flood of emotion, of art, of words. But it's an intensity. It's a level of intensity is what this great passion tulip is giving me. All right. So we have the cat with the nest. And then over here we have the older woman. So there's dealings or relationship with an older woman. Is this your mother? Is this your friend? Who is this? Let's find out what you don't know because they're face down. What you don't know about with this older woman. We have get back to the basics. Maybe this older woman needs to get back to the basics and take care of herself. Successfully overcoming a problem. That's great because we had the assistance to overcome a misunderstanding and reconciliation. So this older woman, as she looks at herself, there's reconciliation energy here. You could be the older woman, or this older woman could totally be somebody else in your experience. Apply it as it does. Let it fly where it don't. But this is, get back to the basics to overcome the problem. Then the reconciliation can happen wherever there has been a misunderstanding. Okay, is this that there's an older woman who's helping two younger people get back together and reconcile where there has been a misunderstanding? Let's see what you do know. You have the crib with the birth or conception of a child or an enterprise. We have the not unsuccessful plans. And then we have the victory, V for victory in some endeavor. So this is like where you were birthing something, some certain plan didn't work. There had to be a re-edit. A certain plan didn't work, okay? Yeah, so something didn't work. It had to be a re-edit, okay? Was this I'm hearing reconsideration of a contract or re-evaluation of a contract for someone. And there's an intermediary, an older woman who helps settle out and hash out the differences, okay? You saw someone's other face, the other face of someone, the two face. I think we all have two faces. Wouldn't you agree? Because I could show you the nice side of me, and then I could show you the opposite of that as well. Yet it's all me. So I think that in some sense of the word, like we all have two different ways, two different faces we could show the world. So let's see what else we have coming out on the table here. Well, this is what we don't know. The next card over, because it's face down. The yoke, feeling tied down or frustrated. You may be saying, I don't know why I feel tied down. I don't know why I feel frustrated about this. But that's right there on top of the egg, which says success assured with good plans and good work. Good plans and hard work with the egg. So, so whatever this, where there's been some misunderstanding, somebody has shown their other face, there's some way it didn't work out. It's like you could be feeling, you saying, I don't know why I'm feeling frustrated right now. Well, maybe you're not focused on the success that's guaranteed. You're in a protected position with the star card here. You have success guaranteed, but the work could get overwhelming. It could be a lot to do. Are you, starting a new endeavor, learning a new course, learning new information, starting a new business, starting a new career, trying to start to react or interact in a new way. We have the mule here. This is something, it's facing us. This is somebody is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. Is there somewhere, have you been stubborn about, how you want to work? Maybe there's an easier way to do things. Have you been stubbornly sticking to your way? And is there an easier way to accomplish your aim? Is that why we have a reorganization, a reevaluation of a plan? Well, let's see. We have a month of the year coming up. It's February. So February, that is Aquarius season going into Pisces season. And then we have the tea leaf and fortune card. Carriage, a journey, either physical or mental. Did something happen in February that changed your perspective, or had you moved? Did you move? Okay, we have the horseshoe with good luck. Good luck is your karma, that you are reaping what you have sown. Something you did in February. Did you give somebody a ride? Did you help somebody understand something? Were you the older woman that helped to bring something together for somebody who was born in February? Or did you do some good deed in February? Because I see these different, every time I'm asking, did you? It's like somebody did. Were you the one? I heard you refused to give up. The mule is now telling me you refused to give up. Yeah. So you refused to give up on something you believed in. You could have started it this last February, or you could have started it, at some point in the past, in a month of February. You refuse to give up on it. What else do we have here? The turkey. Someone is behaving stupidly. And then we have the broken ring, which says a parting of ways, either in romance or in business. Okay. Somebody here, you've been in business with someone. You got a great passion for what you're doing. You've been in business with somebody, and so you've been either in business or in a relationship with somebody, but they showed you the other side of their face. You know that there's success in this for you, but I hear you have a different perspective of what that looks like than what Spirit does. So you have an idea of what success looks like for you in this. At the end of the day, though, there is a separation coming out here. Something is separating. So let's get into the tarot. I've selected the Morgan Greer for tonight's reading. And let's see what's up with the separation. All right, let's get a full shuffle on this. Y'all can breathe with me while we shuffle these cards. Those are just the title cards. Okay. All right, so connecting the body and the body. Connecting the body, heart, and mind. Connecting the body and the spirit. Connecting the heart, mind, and the body. Connecting the heart, mind, and heart. Connecting the heart, mind, and the spirit. Connecting the spirit and the body. Connecting the spirit, heart, and mind. Excuse me. And connecting the spirit and the spirit. One for the body, one for the heart, one for the mind, one for the spirit. Here we go again. Divine truth. Let me see, speak, and hear it. With accuracy, clarity, and simplicity. I was fine a minute ago. These allergies are just kicking up. Okay. Interesting. I just heard. I just heard something very interesting. The allergies have something to do right now with this is like giving me the energy of a hater energy. Okay. Energy of somebody who is low-key, they're like an undercover hater. You know what I'm saying? Undercover hater in some way. Somebody here, I heard you've been having to revamp the way you do business, okay? And it has something to do with the fact that whoever you've been doing business with, they've got a low-key hater energy. Maybe they hate your great passion for it, or the way you operate, or the way your skills are, something like that. Let's get into this tarot and see what's coming out. Let's see. From the time the first card flies, they're going to be in perfect order. And we're just going to pull right off the top and pull this experience. And then we're going to shuffle up the metaphysical cannabis cards as well. The Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords. See, I heard defending your position. Yeah. This two-faced friend, somebody here showed the other side of their self. Somebody showed their other side of their self. And now I'm hearing, yeah, somebody said they were going to do something beneficial. This is like somebody says, hey, bring your promotional goods and promote yourself at my event. And then you get there and it's time to do the promotions, and they just left you out, like they didn't just ask you to bring your stuff. You know what I'm saying? When that happened, you address it. I heard you address it immediately. Yeah, I heard you address it immediately. So you cut through any negativity, you cut through any BS. In other words, none of the BS is standing. The BS does not stand. Okay? None of the BS stands. It cannot stand because you're going to address it. All the BS falls. You know what I'm saying? The BS, the bullshit. Anywhere where somebody was BSing you, that falls. You know, you see, when I say it falls, it means it's not having the effect that it was wanted to, because first off, you're addressing it. Number one, you address it. So the BS can't have that type of effect if it's being addressed. Even the laws of quantum physics is when you look at something, it must vibrate different. And so there's that energy here. If you address it, it must vibrate different. So I'm hearing a lot of times folks want to avoid the difficult conversation because they don't want to feel uncomfortable or make somebody else feel uncomfortable, but that energy does not dissipate until it is addressed. The conflicting energy inside says, hey, there's a discord here. There's not alignment here. How do we get an alignment? It's when you're feeling that distress inside, when you're feeling that discomfort inside, that internal conflict about a situation, there is a seeking of alignment that is available but not yet being achieved. So we're going to go ahead and do the same thing with the metaphysical cannabis deck and see what goes with this Knight of Swords. But from the time the first card falls, these cards will be in perfect alignment to deliver the entirety of our message. Okay, so let's see, what do we have? Thank you for Tarot in the Shadows tonight. Okay, walking meditation, just go. It literally came out in reverse, and this is telling me you're not just leaving it alone. You know, so you got something on your mind, something didn't go the way it was told to go, something didn't go the way it was planned to go, and you're not just walking away. Yeah, we're not just gonna let it slide. You again, you address it. You address it. You don't just act like that didn't happen and we just gonna move on like that didn't happen. No, we're not doing that this time, I heard. Okay, let's see what else we have crossing the energy. We have a decision with the Two of Wands, and then I guess we have reversals in this deck. Okay, and then we have the Essence. Somebody. So what's crossing you is a decision somebody made, right? A decision that somebody made. I heard, and it's going against. Either they're making a very selfish decision with the Essence in reverse, or it's going against like the principles. This is like somebody violates the principles of the business or the code of conduct. There's some sort of, I heard the word breach. There's some sort of going against what was already agreed upon. Okay. But you're not walking away from it. You're addressing this situation, okay, about a choice somebody made. And it was very much for their own interest, as we all make choices for, well, hopefully. No, some of us really need to be trained into that, I heard. But to make choices for our own best interest. This person is making this choice for their own best interest. But whatever that choice is they're making, you got to address it, because there's something about it that don't sit right with your spirit. There's something about it that don't sit right with your spirit. I'm hearing they're making the same choice that they made in the past. That's another thing I'm hearing. Yeah, they're making the same choice they made in the past. All right, let me see what's below. The Fool and autonomy. Yeah, so as they're making their choice, like the universe here is saying, you know what? You're going to have to learn how to go this on your own. You're going to have to learn how to go this on your own. So it's like the situation is forcing you to then say, okay, well, if that's a choice you're going to make, it doesn't go with my spirit. I'm going to have to operate independently, autonomously, on my own, sitting on the wisdom that I have and the understanding that I have, okay, and trusting in that. Because I can't just go with the choice that you're making. It doesn't sit right with my spirit. Yeah, their choice don't sit right with your spirit. And so you're like, I'm not getting involved in it. I cannot support that. All right, let's see what's behind you. You have the Three of Swords in behind with the metaverse. Okay. And so we have with this witch card of the metaverse, we have this elixir, this potion. And then, of course, I hear love potion number 9. Shout out to the good folks over on the Wisdom app and my Las Vegas photographer, our first commenter for the live session. Okay, Three of Swords with the metaverse here. So it's like in the past, there was this, you've already had a situation here that needed to be healed. You know, there was some truth that you saw, something that hurt like a bee, this misunderstanding. Yeah, this misunderstanding. And But you started to see how, even though it was a misunderstanding, it was not pleasant. Like the universe gave you that to show you something that you needed to see. And it ultimately, it was very healing for you. I'm hearing that actually that pain that you went through, that pain that you processed, helped you to elevate your own power is what I'm getting. It helped you to elevate your own power. So let's see what's unfolding in this. The Queen of Swords and silence. The silent retreat is in reverse. So anywhere where you've been pondering, or this is what's above you, excuse me, this is not ahead of you, this is the above you position. What's above you is you're processing what you've heard in silence, but you're also you're thinking about what you're gonna say. I'm hearing you're thinking about what you're gonna say. This is where you're this is where you're speaking. You're like, I will not be silent. I will not be silent and be oppressed this way, or I will not be silent and be treated this way. It must be addressed. So if there's any hope of overcoming the problem for reconciliation in this situation where somebody showed you their other face, there's going to have to be a conversation. That's just logical. So now let's see what's in front of you. The Five of Swords. And that's coming out with the 𝗕𝗥𝗘𝗠𝗖𝗘 card, the guidance in reverse. Okay. Well, there's a disagreement here. We have a disagreement. This is two people walking away with their own mind. There's not an agreement here. I heard both will try to persuade the other of their perspective, of their point. Neither will win. So be aware of that. When somebody does something that whatever decision they make, tries to it upsets it rubs your spirit the wrong way. Be aware if you catch yourself trying to prove your point. There's no point in trying to prove your point. Yeah. Because in this, I see there it's going to have to be agree to disagree. And everybody doesn't take that so well. Some people literally do not know how to agree to disagree. In this situation, there's not going to be one influencing the other. So I see you sticking to your ground, right? So there's something here that's not, I heard it's non-negotiable. There's something here that's non-negotiable. And you got to stick to your ground, even if that means that somebody walks away, or somebody walks away mad, or they just don't agree with you. You're not going to get everybody to agree with you. And in this case, this is one where they're just not going to agree with you. Now I see why we have the turkey over here. Someone is behaving stupidly. Be wary of giving yourself too much, or putting too much of your energy into trying to prove that you're right to other people. Other people don't need to know you're right. If you're right, their life is going to show them that you're right anyways. And what does it really matter? You know what I'm saying? It matters for you to apply to yourself. You don't have to get everybody else on the same page with you. That's the thing. You don't have to get everybody on the same page with you. The ones that will agree will be there. The ones that won't agree will be chaos until they leave, is what I see. Okay, that's what came out. Yeah, I heard because the chaos comes from trying to force it to stay. So something happened here in the past that was really disappointing. You tried to give some guidance. You tried to clear up a misunderstanding. But whatever the response was, I heard this person was so focused on whatever their heartbreak, their sadness, whatever that was that triggered them. And their response to you was something that didn't sit well with your spirit. You're like, that's not for me. I'm going to have to learn how to operate independently. So I heard you already started detaching from this energy. And again, I do see as you give your response and you break silence, maybe, is it that you've been in non-communication and you're about to break that silence? You're about to break radio silence? You breaking radio silence, okay? Yeah. So there's somebody here that whenever that happened, like, y'all ain't talked about it since. I feel at this energy, I feel you haven't talked about it since. I see somebody who walked away. It wasn't you that walked away. They walked away. As soon as you tried to address it in the instant, because you addressed it immediately, but they walked away. You still got something to say. And I just heard your spirit say, yeah, and you're going to hear me at one point or another. You're both very passionate about your perspective is the thing. So we have a clash. There's a clashing. Yeah. Yeah, there's a clashing that's happening here where two different perspectives just do not bode well together. Let me see what you're doing. You're the sun. What you're doing is the sun, okay, and stability, and it's in reverse. You're trying to show somebody how to get some stability. This could be mental stability, financial stability, emotional stability. You're trying to show somebody some stability. I heard you've been trying to show somebody some stability about a situation surrounding February, and because you came in and did you find that the stability of a situation rested solely on your own hands, so you had to muster up all your power to make that stability happen? I definitely see that here. But I see like you've been trying to show somebody what stability looks like. I heard, but you can't make them stand stable. You can show somebody how to get a good, stable, solid stance in life. I mean, even physically, but you can't make them do it. They got to do that on their own. Okay. Let me see what they're doing. We have temperance and we have act with spirit, and it's in reverse. Well, they're trying to keep their emotions in check right now. But what the thing is, there's something about action that is not being done. There's a certain action that's not being done. The act in reverse is, and the other thing is they're trying to keep themselves cool. I heard because their spirit is showing something, because that's card to spirit as well. Their spirit is showing them something that they don't necessarily want to see. Maybe they don't want to wait for something. Is it that they're acting too rashly, too quickly, without thinking things through? Is that why they're coming off the plan? Like I said, there's protocol, there's a plan, there's a organized way of doing things here. Is it that they're coming off of the plan? They came off the game plan. Look, this is the game plan. Stick to the game plan. Stick to the structure and strategy. Okay, don't come off the structure and strategy. Think before you act. There's a think before you act. This person has got some time now to think on their behaviors, I heard. Yeah, now they have some time to think on their behavior. Yeah, there's going to be communication opening up. And it can only open up because it's being closed down. And it got closed down because something that was said. You stood your ground. You defended yourself. You spoke up for yourself. You didn't just walk away from it and leave it sit there. Let me see what your feelings are looking like in this. We have the Empress. That's the Mama. Okay, and then the Solo Magic Creation Solo. This is like so how you feeling? You're like, if it's going to be, it's up to me. You're like, I have the creative power to do this. You're saying to yourself, I can do this. I can do this. Somebody here, I also see another situation where you're saying to yourself, I love you, but do you see what you're creating for yourself? There's somebody here, and you could have told them, look at what you're doing and look at what's happening as a result. Do you like these consequences? And they didn't like that shit. They did not like that shit. They told you something. Well, what do you know? What have you ever done? Blah, blah, blah. Woo, woo, woo. I heard they can't see what you've done. And so they would say something like that. I heard say something arrogant like that. So this person was insulted when you told them, look at what you're doing. And look at the repercussions of it. And then they try to turn that back on you and like, well, who are you to tell me? You have never done nothing. You've never gone that far. So they started trying to find fault with you and your life experiences because you were pointing out I heard a reckless course of action. A reckless course of action. Yeah, you broke silence about a reckless course of action. So this, it was a unwise course that somebody was on. You broke silence about it. As you said something about it, this person, they got defensive. They try to hurl some accusations back at you. They try to tell you something about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Instead of listening to what you said and taking it with a grain of salt, thinking, well, this person actually loves me and cares for me and has my best interest at heart. Like, they got butthurt about it, and then they try to hurry up and throw a spear back at you, or throw their sword at you. You know what I'm saying? They try to attack you instead of hearing what you said and wondering, well, why does this person who I love and who loves me say this to me, and why does that hurt? They're not thinking like that at all. And whatever you said was to try to it was a loving, sometimes loving somebody means telling them what the hell they don't want to hear. And that's the energy I'm getting here. Like, you told them what they didn't want to hear, but needed to hear. You know what I'm saying? This reminds me of raising my children. When I had my daughter and my nephew, they were little. I get on them all the time. And I said, listen, I'm only telling you this because I love you. Because if I don't teach you this here at home, somebody in the street's going to teach you. And it ain't going to be as nice as the way I'm teaching you here at home. I'm teaching you because I love you. If I didn't love you, I'd let you keep doing this shit fucked up. I let you keep walking down this path that's going to make you miserable, sad, whatever, get hurt, whatever it was, bring you problems. So here I see you told somebody something in the energy of trying to make an adjustment to a course of action that was detrimental, unhealthy, or just taking a person down a path that they really don't want to be on. This person don't want to take action. Their spirit is already showing them, but they're trying to, I heard, negotiate their way out of it. Who they think they're negotiating with? Okay, let me see over here what's outcome energy. We have the Knight of Pentacles coming out with, whoops, wrong card, with gratitude in reverse. Dang. I feel like this person is going to go about doing things their own way. They're going to keep going down their path. You told them, you planted the seed. Knight of Pentacles plants a seed and move on to go fulfill his purpose. Okay. With this gratitude in reverse, you're saying, okay. And then I'm looking at the turkey behaving stupidly. Somebody really doesn't appreciate what you said. And so, while they're expressing their lack of gratitude for your words, now that you finally broke silence, they're going to behave stupidly because stupid is as stupid does. Okay. And, they're going to be who they are. They're going to be who they are. So one of the things that is coming up that I'm hearing is you want to watch out for trying to control in this situation. Because I feel like you're giving loving guidance. You're trying to make this come together. When you talk to this person, I feel when you break radio silence, I see clearly that you are trying to reconcile with this problem. You're saying, hey, I know and I see that if we could just get back to the basics of how this is supposed to be done or what it should be, whatever. My wisdom, my years, I heard, I'm a little bit older than you. What I've learned is this. And if we could do this, we'll get over this problem. Everything will be fine. Let's reconcile. You breaking silence to try to reconcile with somebody. And it turns into a battle of wills. It turns into a who's right, who's wrong. And then on top of that, now we ain't even on point no more. Now we're bringing in this shit and that shit and this shit. And they talking shit about what was 20 years ago or 15 years ago or 10 years ago. And you're like, I'm not even that person no more. And it's like, clearly it's rocking you. With the sun here and stability, you're seeing like this situation is not only upsetting your spirit. Some of you, I could see somebody's body trembling with the freaking emotions so high out of frustration because you were only trying to see this person eye to eye. Now here you are saying something, trying to this is where you try to reconcile with somebody, and then you come in all ready to humble yourself, offer your apology. You come in with that type of energy, and somebody hits you with the "I'm gonna knock you out" type of energy, and you're like, hold on a minute, you were so calm, cool, and collected when you came into this, and their response is like, it's upsetting, to say the least. You got some of you got adrenaline. Somebody here, I see you, because you have adrenaline like making you shake because it's so upsetting. And somebody here, their spirit knows what needs to be done, but they don't want to take the action. Divine timing is unfolding, and I feel like it's, what I see here is the divine timing is unfolding, and it's like a catapult, it's like a catalyst, it's like forcing somebody, throwing them into a situation where they need to act on what they've been knowing they've been having to do. It's like, time's up, you gotta go. It's time to go do that. And you're sitting back and you're saying, well, I love this person, but I can't do that for them. They got to do it for themselves. And I heard no good deed goes unpunished. So watch out trying to do a good deed. You know what I'm saying? Because that alone that's causing somebody to react so harshly to you. Because as you're busy climbing towards success, there's a misunderstanding. I see this person is looking at, they're doing a lot of comparison, and it's coming out in a very egotistical way. What is this person really upset about? Justice. And what else? Karma in reverse. Dude, what are they upset about? Because karma is coming home to roost, and you tried to warn this person. Listen, if you keep doing this, you're not going to like the consequences and repercussions. This is like every time you get on the show and I tell you, bring your intuition to the party, because you're going to have the consequences and repercussions. Somebody keeps acting against what their spirit is showing them. The consequences and repercussions are showing up. It's adverse. They have to answer for what they've done. So no, they're not grateful for it. They're not appreciative for it. Oh boy, that's the mess. That's a whole mess. Let me see what's at the bottom of the deck. The high priestess. Yeah, you saw this coming. Intuitively, you saw this coming. You were like, I see this is what's coming down the road. Hey, you know what? Have you thought about this? Because I think if you keep doing this, my experience has shown that if you keep doing this, this is the consequences. And that shit don't feel good. I've been in this position. And the person was like, I don't want to hear that shit. Get the fuck out of my face. What the fuck do you know? I just told you what I know. Oh, and you know what? Never mind. I'm just going to leave you alone. So you go, you leave them alone. You might not talk to them for a week or 2 weeks or a month or whatever. And then it's just on your spirit. It's just, and when it's on your spirit, I hear this is spirit. This is source trying to give that person one more final chance to correct their course of action before, boom, this karmic repercussion hits real hard. The bottom of the deck, we have the divine feminine and the void. Again, this divine feminine energy, that intuitive energy, right? With the high priestess at the bottom of the deck, I really see here that you had awareness of some stuff that was going on here, of the negative repercussions that was going to unfold for it. You tried to tell somebody about it. They didn't want to hear what the heck you had to say. They did not like your answer. And, they're going to you're not going to stop them. They're going to move ahead. They're going to talk crazy to you. Who is this person? They're going to talk crazy. Is it an air sign person, a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, or a fire sign person, a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius? This person, they're not going to show you gratitude. If you're waiting for somebody to say thank you for something, I heard you better just give it up, because this person is not going to tell you thank you. They're not going to be grateful. They're not going to show gratitude. Yeah, if you're waiting for this person to be convinced of your guidance, neither one of you is going to sway the other person to their opinion. You have your perspective. You have your opinion. The other person has theirs too. And they're not going to be swayed. You're not going to convince them, and they're not going to convince you. So the best thing you could do, and you realize that you're like, this connection is not stable. And you realize it with the sun card energy. You see what you're really looking at, and it's like, it's not stable. It's going to break. It's going to break. If it's not stable, it's going to break. So this is what I have for you for Tarot in the Shadows. I do see here somebody is having this experience for sure with the Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius energy. We have Leo energy. We have Sagittarius energy. We have Taurus energy. We have Libra energy again. So some of those zodiac signs can come into play. And we also have Virgo energy here at the bottom of the deck. So for some of you, this is the type of experience these zodiac signs could be in this experience with you. If you're ready for a personal reading to go over the details of how this is unfolding for you personally, go to the website. We'll get it in right away. I want to thank you for showing up and showing out, giving the thumbs up, letting your spirit guides and source know that you're here, tuned in, tapped in, turned on is the best way to make sure you get what you need from these general, free, collective messages. Until next time, sending you so much love and peace and happiness. 감사합니다. Gracias. Later, baby. And I'm